Hello guys, welcome to the video. So in this one, I want to talk about inheritance and polymorphism. In this video, I'm going to give you a simple example of what is inheritance, what is a polymorphism, an example on how you can use it. I want to explain why it's going to be useful to us. Our tower system is going to be based on inheritance and polymorphism. And also these two are part of the main principles of object-oriented programming, so it's very important to know about them. Alright, so object-oriented programming, as well known as OOP, contains three main principles. One of them is encapsulation, and what you see over here is a good example of encapsulation, where you make something private, it is not accessible to anyone, and then you make a public method that allows you to get that private variable. So you basically encapsulate variable into a method. Something like that. The second principle is inheritance. Did I spell it right? Inheritance. Yes. And third one is polymorphism. So these are three main principles. You already know a little bit about encapsulation, and we're going to use it more. You're going to learn more examples on how to do it. Now let's discuss inheritance. What is it? So inheritance allows you to share functionality between different scripts. I'm gonna disable these two game objects just so we don't have anything functioning on the level right now. And then I want to make a new script. Let's do C# script, and I'm gonna call it animal. All right, let's open this script. And for now, this is just a script. It has nothing in it. As example, let's delete start and update, and let's make something like public string animal name. All right, now we're gonna save it, go back to Unity, and we're gonna make another script. Let's create a C# script, and I'm gonna name it as dog. Gonna open the script, and this script has nothing in it. But if we go over here, and instead of monobehavior, we're going to type animal, then this script will inherit properties and methods from animal script. And now I can use variables that I created here in this script over here. For example, I can do debug log animal name and something like my name is plus animal name. So as we can see, we did create this variable on the animal. It is public, so it's accessible everywhere. And in the start method, I can use this variable. Now we know that to make something work, we need to put it on the game object. So I'm gonna go back to Unity, and I'm gonna create empty object named dog. Now let's put the script on, and we can see we can write a name over here. For example, my dog's name is Uba, and I'm gonna type Uba. All right, so we can see we have a dog script saying my name is animal name. It was written in this field over here. And again, just to make it clear, the variable itself was created over here, but because we inherited from the animal, it is available. Now we can go back to the play mode and see the console, and we're gonna see the message my name is Uba, which was called from this game object with this script on it. So this is what inheritance allows you to do. It allows you to make functionality in the parent script and then use it on a child script. And you can use not only variables, but methods as well. Let's go to the animal script, and let's make a method, public void speak. And inside of this script, we can write something like debug log, and animal makes a sound. Just that. Now we're gonna save it, and we can go back to the dog script and use that method from the animal in the dog script. So we can just type speak in the update, for example. Now we're gonna save it, go back to Unity, and when we go to the play mode, we can see my name is Uba, and we can see an animal makes a sound all the time. So this was the functionality that we inherited from the parent script. And this is just example on simple scripts that basically are animals, but in our game, in the tower defense game, this can be used for different things. A quick example on the tower. Over here, we looking for a random enemy within range and we rotate the tower. And in the same way, we can make multiple tower scripts and inherit functionality from the main tower script on other towers. But you might ask me, why do we need to do so if we can just put the tower script on the game object? And you would be right, unless we need to have different functionality on different towers. And that's the moment when, together with inheritance, you can use polymorphism, and that will improve the functionality. So this was a quick example of inheritance. Now let's talk about polymorphism, what it allows you to do. Polymorphism allows you to have same functionality, but you can change it a bit, or you can change it entirely. Basically, it allows you to have same method with different functionality in it. Let's go over here and let's type public virtual void speak. So now this is a virtual method, and because it's written as public virtual void, it can be overwritten on a child script. We can go to the doc script and we can type override speak. Now over here we have base.speak, which contains this code over here, but instead I can remove base.speak and I can do debug.log animal name plus barks, just like that. And now if we go to the Unity and hit play button, you can see my name is Uba and then Uba barks, which allows you to have different functionality inside of the same method. More to that, if we make another game object, let's make a cat. Let's make a cat script, cat. And we're gonna put the cat script on, and let's say this one's supposed to inherit from animal as well, animal. And we're gonna go and override speak, and instead of base speak, we're gonna do debug log animal name plus maybe meows. That's how you meow, right? I don't have cats, I don't know. Then in the start, we can do, what was that? My name is animal name. And over here, by the way, we have a good chance to use inheritance. You can see I need to copy the line of code and paste it in the cat, so it has same functionality. And actually, that is kind of an extra job to do, because instead we could, for example, override the start method. Let's take this line of code, cut it out, go to the animal script, and we're gonna make public virtual void start. Then I'm gonna paste this line of code. My name is plus animal name. And then on the doc script, we can override the start. Override start. Now this one has base method of the start, which debugs my name is animal name. And let's go back to the cat script. Override it as well. Override start. So now this one will introduce itself, and also we can open update method and do speak. Let's save everything. Let's go back to Unity. We need a name for animal, so maybe something like, I don't know, I don't have any cats, so okay, let it be Alex, whatever. Now we're gonna go to the play mode and we're gonna see that my name is Alex, my name is Uba. Alex meows, and why did I do it? And Uba barks. So these two methods are called all the time, and they were overwritten, and they have different functionality, even though it is the same method, right? This one has speak, this one has speak, and base of the speak over here. More to that, we actually have similar update for cat and dog. And because of that, I guess we can go to the animal script. We can make public virtual void update. And inside we can call speak method. Let's save it. And then on the dog script, we can override the update. Override update. And let's override update here. So both of these scripts are having base update, which calls the speak method. But speak method is different here and here. And now these two scripts having same functionality, but methods are different. Both animals are making a sound in the update, but the sound is different because we did apply polymorphism. We changed functionality inside of a method, right? And all of it is going to work properly. Now, let me explain why this is important and how it can be useful to us. Well, in this example, we did make something simple. We did just debug animal name and some message, but in towers it's going to be different. For example, we can make functionality of the attack for the tower. For example, we can check for attacks cooldown in the tower script, and once attack is ready we can perform attack, but the attack itself on each tower can be different. For example, this would be a tower cannon and it would shoot a cannonball in the attack method. And this would be a crossbow tower, and it would shoot a laser in the attack method. And that's the idea. That's why you use polymorphism. You use less amount of code and you have more functionality in it. And it allows you to have more control of the system you're making. Yeah, kind of like that. Lastly, I want to say that these are available to the children scripts because they are public. If you make it private, like that, then when you go to the child script, you cannot use a variable. You can see it is underlined and it says inaccessible due its protection level. If you want to keep something private and at the same time you want to keep it available to the children script, you should make it as protected, and then it will be available to child script as well, as you can see over here. Same applies to methods. You can make method protected and it would be like private, but you keep it available to the scripts that are inheriting from this one. Right, now let's quickly summarize what we learned and let's go to the next video. First, inheritance. Inheritance allows you to make variables and methods that can be used on a script that is inheriting from this script. As example, dog is inheriting from animal script, and because of that, it can have access to speak method and variables that were created in the animal. One more thing, if you make something as virtual, for example, public virtual void, you can override the method and you can add functionality or you can change functionality entirely. Right? By the way, how could you add functionality? Well, here is another quick example of polymorphism. In the update of a dog, after base.update, I'm gonna type debug log, animal name, plus runs around. Okay, now let's save it. Let's go back to Unity. Cannot change access modifier. Okay, this should be protected because it is protected on the animal script. Let's go and try again. So we go to play mode and we can see, sorry, these two are empty because we made it as protected and it's not visible. We need to go here and do serialize field. Okay, so it was Alex and Uba. Now look, my name is Alex, my name is Uba. Then we can clear it and we can see Alex meows all the time, Uba barks all the time, and also Uba runs around. This is also example of a polymorphism because functionality of the update method was changed. It's not only calling the base update, which is calling speak method, but also it uses a line of code runs around. For cat, it is only base update, and it only has speak method in it. Yeah, all right. This is a good example. I hope it makes sense to you. Now we're gonna delete everything extra from here. Let's delete dog and cat. And let's delete these 3 scripts. Let's enable these 2 game objects. And let's go to the next video. We're gonna set up inheritance for towers.